Hi guys, how are you doing today? And you know, this is the room of truth and wisdom show. And as you know, every day I try to come with something new, with a lot of truth, with a lot of wisdom. And guess what? I have a visitor. As you know, always I'm King Jilandolaki. And guess what? I expect you to do subscribe, to give us like, to share and comment. So, and as you know today, the big testimony is like someone can change. Someone can change. Either in a good way or in bad way. It will depend which side you have taken yourself to go in. And that is even why in this map we are going to check about life and to see how you can change from bad life to good life. So that is why I'm with a young man, energetic, and powerful who is serving in the kingdom. And guess what? Wisdom, truth, I tell you, without taking long much, let me let him introduce himself. You are welcome, bro.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Tell us, what is your name?
I'm so humbled for extending this invite to me to be in truth and wisdom.
Yes, the room of truth and wisdom.
The room of truth and wisdom.
Yes.
I love those two words. My name is Felix Oduor.
Yes.
I currently serve as the missions coordinator at Parklands Baptist Church.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm also more into ministering to young people and into marketplace. So I work with several organizations basically to look at the mentorship for young people, paving a way for people to grow in the right way, and also have a discipleship program for people who are in the marketplace. It's called Dominion Stewards Network, whereby we bring people in the marketplace together.
Dominion
Stewards Network.
Okay.
So number one, they must understand their dominion is anchored at the foundation of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
They must be steward because God provided the resources.
Yes.
And we are here together. That's why we build a network. So it's DSN.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can hear you are doing a great thing.
Yes, by the grace of God.
And in my opinion, you don't look like that old. You don't look like, when people they are speaking about network, they are speaking empowerment, you expect someone to come like gray hair or something like. Tell us more. When was you born?
There is a lie they've always taught us that life begins at 40.
Yes.
That's a lie.
Okay.
So most people wait until they're 40 to start pursuing their calling of God.
Yes.
But for me, it was a bit different. I was born in a place that really exposed me to life at an early age.
Okay.
I lived a life that I was not supposed to live because of the poverty and the environment.
Okay.
I was born in a place called Kawangware, to be specific, Congo.
Okay.
Congo is is just one of the unique places.
You guys, like when you are speaking in Congo, by the way, I remember the first time to be in Kawangware, and people, I asked someone, what is the name of this place? They told me Congo. I was almost to learn. I'm in Congo and I'm seeing Kenya. What is really going? What is really going on? Why that place is called the Congo?
Number one, it's because of the environment. In Congo, several things that place was known for. We thank God for the transformation over time. It was a place that was known for the illicit brew, what we call changa. So I think growing up, I knew how to prepare changa at an early age. I know how to use that mrija. I know how to do the kangara thing, and the distillation process from kangara to the changa. If
you are saying you know how to prepare it, I will not ask if you have ever taken a changa.
I did. It was part of the lifestyle growing up.
You wake up, instead of taking it, you just take a changa.
It was one of the basic needs, and especially if you're sick. I remember being given this advice.
Yes.
I used to have a tooth problem as a child, so they will tell me just do a drop of changa in that aching teeth. It will heal you. So that was.
So changa was
It was a medicine.
It was a medicine. It was
and it was something that if you are stressed, the older people will advise you this is what you need to take. So now
that is the kind of life.
Yes. Now the reason why the name Congo. Yes. Imagine if this is what people have. This is the most influence. This is the economic thing for this particular community, because that's where most of the people used to get everything. If you want to sell something, you just Karingutum. For example, growing up in Congo, water was expensive and we didn't have running water in our houses. We have these two iron sheet houses that didn't have electricity, didn't have water, we didn't have toilets. So if you wanted water, you'll go to that place where the breaching, and then you'll get after the distillation, the warm water. That's the one we will use to shower and such like. So now, especially during the weekend, you are assured that by 6 p.m. today, you will either see people fighting or something happening. So we had a lot of fight in that place. Now,
Instead of praying, you was there for fighting.
we were not so sure. You know, this is a transformation after we received Jesus Christ. Back then, we were not exposed to the gospel. And the gospel we knew was a very different gospel. So the fight was there, and it was a very insecure place. You will not pass from State Congo all the way to where we are staying. You could not go there past 6 p.m. and you could not wake up before 6 a.m. because of the security.
You could not go home 6 p.m. and you could not wake up 6 a.m.
You cannot come out because of the young men who are robbing people. So every day we will see some IDs, some cards. That means somebody was snatched yesterday at night, and that's why we are having this. So they get what they require and what they don't have, like what they don't need, like IDs and the bank cards. They'll drop it on the road.
So let me ask you. You are speaking about young people. This is the environment you are wake up in. You found that is the kind of lifestyle every child. If you are not, I believe, if you was not a part of the people who was doing that, he was not considered as a young man at that particular time. So how was you as a person in that area?
Now mine was a bit has a twist.
Yes.
Because in that community, my parents are born again.
Yes.
So there is those values that my parents instilled in us as a family growing up. So we had this conscience in us that will tell us this is wrong.
Yes.
But the community was teaching us something different.
Yes.
That for you to be a man and for you to fit in, you must explore these things. Yeah. So as a young person in my early years,
yes,
because I was introduced to things like Changa when I was barely 9 years.
Yes.
So by age 9, I knew I was taking Changa, and I had this cousin of mine who will take me to a place called Kamida, and will introduce me to Changa and the bang, that smoke, at an age of 9 years. And my parents discovered that when I was 9 years. So I think they've taken, so I don't know. I was being given this information later on when I was a teenager. So my parents decided to take me back to the village in Siaya so that I would disconnect from the environment.
Yes.
Now, coming back, I came back as a teenager when I was around 14 years, coming back to the city again. Now this time...
and they still stay in the same way?
We are still staying in Kawangware, Congo.
Okay.
I was born in Kawangware, Congo.
Grew
went to from my age until I was 9-10 years.
Yes.
Then went to Siaya. Then come back again when I was around 14 years.
Yes.
Now my high school was, again, I was in a day school. So I will do my day school and come back to this environment.
Okay.
Now that's when things took a different shift. So I had 2 lives because my parents knew me that I had never compromised, and they were tough people, so I didn't want to be exposed. So I was a good boy, but for me to fit in, Chinyamaji, that's the right word.
Yes.
But for me to fit in and to be relevant to the society, I would associate with these people. So we would have these deals. But now what worked for me, I was the mind behind. So I knew how to plan and to do things, but I was not exposed.
You knew how to play your game and to come to fit in a gang, and you knew how to hide it when you were coming at the gate at home.
Yes. So every time I was at home, I was a very innocent person. But back there in the society, I know how to make the deal, the streetwise.
So the younger people knew, oh, one motor wa kuotea chini. Mbare.
Yes, for young people we hung with,
they knew. This guy is...
Yeah, they knew, don't touch this, don't do this, if you don't cross this path.
This guy is bad.
Yes.
But home, they knew this is an angel.
No, home now, you don't, that one should never be mentioned.
That should never be mentioned.
Anybody should not hear this. Yeah.
That sounds funny. You know, now as we speak this, you are leading me in a situation to ask you: have you ever found yourself in a gang?
Yes, I was in one when I was in high school.
Can you pick that guy who is going there, Josh? Pick the guy who is yeah. I was asking, have you ever found yourself in a gang?
Yeah, I think I've been in a gang, but this was influenced by the environment, and I didn't have the right foundation on what to stand on, because what my parents taught me, I found it there were some gaps in the walk of faith they were teaching me. So I think exploring and growing up, some of these questions, I will discover the world will answer me rather than what my parents taught me about faith. Now, this made me to be more into, and again, being in the world was like, this is what, as a young person, as a teenager, this I feel like this is what my body wants, and everybody's doing it. So I don't see the crime of being in it. So innocently, I was dragged into, that gang, and I was part of the gang for at least 3 years.
When you are going off gang, the guy who carry like sword, who carry like pistol, who carry all the machine to make the deal.
But I think my conscience will not allow me to do that.
Yes.
For example, I was in a gang. I was very resourceful because I was so much exposed to information, and I knew how to do things. So growing up, I think in the gang I was one of those people that they did not expose it to doing things like carrying the gun, the machetes, but I was a mastermind in when they were asking me on what to do. So I grew up as somebody behind the scene with a mastermind, but not in the front line.
So you was the best planner, that is what you mean?
Yes.
You could tell them, this is how we are going to play this game, this is how we are going to finish, and they will not see you in the picture, but you are a party.
I think now that's describe it well.
This is the kind of people who say they are behind of the show, but they are the one who are leading the session.
Yes, I love movies. And you see some of these movies, one of those great people are not those people who are actually in the action, the front line, but the mastermind behind. So I think this life exposed me to being the mastermind, whereby in the society I was one of the innocent people, yet I knew how things were working behind the scene.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You are leading me to ask this question. For example, in those deals you are doing, have you ever been in a position where maybe you are playing your game, and because maybe police, they know what is happening in that area? I know everyone, when you tell someone in Congo, he will connect, that is the area of dangerous, right? So have you ever been in such a kind of area, and maybe police shoot someone, one of you, police treat someone in a prison? Have you been in any snare like that, or some game like that in your lifestyle?
Yes, severally.
Not one.
Not once. I think by the time I was coming to salvation, I had lost more than 20 of my friends. Now, most of them were through mob justice and gunshot. And there is this reggae that used to sing, I know Kawangware used to be so rough. Konambaya was the place that was so tough.
I know the song for the guy who is a Sudanese who grew up here.
Yes. Now, for us, this is something that we used to know. This is the lifestyle. One of the song reggae, they will say, "Minadago put a gun on the west," and you see, these are some of the songs that we will sing. And one of these, my friends were killed. I will remember us going back and say, before we take their shoes and put them in the poles of the electricity, one of the things we will sing the song. This is to the fallen soldier. We will miss you, hoping that you'll come again, because we were blinded. Spiritually, we were so much blinded that we will see these people as heroes. And now, being in this gang and knowing these people, you know this person very well, and you hear the news that this person has been shot. It was so heartbreaking. And I remember especially two scenarios I'll never forget. When 6 of them were shot at once at Kawangwara, and it was mid-morning hours. There is this police who was called Stupid. And Stupid used to warn you. And if you fail to respond to that, he will definitely shoot you. And so 6 of them were shot at once. It was so heavy for us.
So let me ask you, where was you getting the energy as a young man of 14, 15, 16, seeing so and so lie down, blood shedding down, you see that picture, you see that video, and tomorrow beside, it doesn't matter, so and so has died, you put the shoes up and tomorrow going back in such a kind of scenario?
You don't really go back tomorrow. You know, there is that emotional. So one thing I learned living in this particular kind of life, this is when I discovered life is more spiritual.
Yes.
Our spiritual world control the affairs of the physical world. But most of us were still blinded to grasp the reality. The scripture says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And the opposite of it is as well, if you don't know the truth, you will still be bound by the ignorance of the foolishness at that particular time. So this is the moment that we are not in the light, so we don't know the truth, so we are bound by this other thing. So in your deeper conscience, you'll know this is not the right thing. So you'll always long to walk out of it. Like Romans 8 put it, Romans chapter 8 says, for the creation has been subjected to the groaning, not by its own desire. So we were among the people, the generation that was subjected to the pain, and we desire to walk out of the pain, and the reality is we didn't know how to walk out of the pain. So what do? If you don't know how to walk out of the pain, you still remain in that particular situation. So most of the time, I remember it was so heavy when I was around 16 or 17, if I'm not wrong, either of the 2 years. It was so heavy because I've seen my friends dying, and it was this morning when we were going to school, and a friend of mine snatched a phone from somebody in the community, and the community saw the two of them, one snatching and handing over to the other person, and they were stoned to death that early morning. And I remember that picture is still clear. I think I struggled with this until my wife is the one who tried to encourage me. I didn't want to see blood. I was afraid of blood because I think it's because of the trauma.
Your wife?
My wife is the one who has been encouraging me to because he knows that if you see anything bloody, I always freak. Because I think I was so much exposed to this as an early age, but I didn't have a healing process back then. But I thank God for salvation right now. I'm overcoming. I could not watch even action movies because I just hated the sound of gun because it was so clear. I knew the sound. I knew it. And this early morning when these people were shot, I think I could not, because this is now a very close friend. My mind could not comprehend it, and I remember that's the first time I contemplated to commit suicide. So the truth is, we always don't, we are not strong enough. We lie to ourselves that we are strong. We take alcohol and other drugs to numb it, but the truth is the following day, that reality still hits and you see it in your face. And I thought, for example, because I didn't see the sense of living, so I contemplated to commit suicide twice. Now this paints a picture that yes, though we will see it and you are living and the people will celebrate you, those who are blinded again will celebrate you as a hero because of your courage and boldness, but deep within you are hurting. Deep within you are fading away.
Okay, when you are speaking like this, always putting you in a situation wondering like you want to commit suicide, and tomorrow you are going back in the same conversation. Like also you want to change, but also you feel like you don't want to change. For you personally, where have you get the point you felt like enough is enough, I want to change?
It was still in high school. So I had this girlfriend who was born again.
Yes.
And every day she was in a CU worshiping, and she would remind me of the reality as a young person,
yes,
how my dad used to wake up very early in the morning at 5 a.m. to pray, and I will connect the two. And I remember one of the scenario after the two of my friends were killed in Kawangware.
Yes.
Now we are planning to do this. It's called the mob justice, and now we are going back to the society. And at that particular time, most of the students were burning the school, so we had planned to burn our school as well. Being the mastermind and also the influencer, so we had influenced other schools to be burned, and we were the people who are now remaining. And after all this, all my friends, like in that particular circle, they were all taken to prison.
So let me ask you, you are in school, first you have a case at home, now you are in high school, now also you are starting to join the gang in school. Do you think there is a spiritual thing behind those activities?
Yes.
Or what happened for someone to come from home already was in bad community with bad people, and then also you are outside of the community and you found out in the same you are influencer, or not in good things, in bad things. Do you think there is a spiritual thing, or is because you have that mind you just want to fit in it?
You don't want to fit in. Now, wanting to fit in is a shallow of it. Something behind all this is spiritual. And I think this, I said it earlier, life is more spiritual than it is physical. It says that the prince of this world has blinded the eyes. And John put it, I like the way John put it. He said that the enemy comes to do three things: to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Now, the enemy is using the agents who are in the world, because for the spiritual reality to manifest in the physical world, it needs a body, because the body gives spirit the legality to function on earth. So for this enemy to steal, to kill, and to destroy, he needs a body that he can come in to execute his agenda.
So it is a spiritual in brief.
It's a spiritual.
Oh my God. Now, like, how have you changed in Christianity? You started telling us how you have been, how you are serving, how you are making influence. Now, moving from all kind of bad things, people has died, you see, like you was in school, now you want to burn the school, right? And now you are there, you are again, you want to commit suicide, also you are not committing suicide at the same time. What really, how you really change the point to the side? You know what, doesn't matter now, I'm going to go in Christianity.
Yeah, so it was
you
a
remember
process.
that time?
Yes, I remember so clearly, because after living that life, that transformation is it was the deepest thing that I yearned for. If there is one thing I longed for, was to live a life, to have hope again, to have this peace of mind. I longed for that peace of mind. I was troubled as an early. Yes, though through that life you can acquire a lot of money, because nothing is genuine. But again, deep within there is that pain. There is that loneliness, there is that hopelessness, there is that heart deep within. And every day I didn't want that reality. So that's why you see most people who would live that life, they drink a lot, because they're trying to avoid the reality of the voice they're hearing, and their spirit is still reminding them, this is not where you belong. So I will hear that conviction of, this is not where you belong. But I could not, because I was wondering, as I'm a young man, I need to enjoy my life. I still have these years to live. No, at that time I didn't have these years, because I didn't have that hope. But in school, the girlfriend, the city official, there is this gentleman who kept sharing the word, and he will tell me that one day, I pray that one day you receive Jesus Christ. And I knew the scripture, so I will challenge him. And the people will shout at me, and they're like, yeah. And I would get that confidence, but deep within in my house, I was still hurting. So when my friends were taken to prison, now is when the reality started hitting. Because I felt a conviction that I'm in my last season. If I fail to obey the voice that I'm hearing, it will be the end of me. And I didn't want to see death, though I contemplated to commit suicide twice.
Okay.
So I remember this time I said, I started thinking about salvation. Now we were in a CU. This particular day, I decided, let me go for the. We used to have a CU in school. So as this preacher was sharing the gospel, he shared, and everything that he was sharing would hit me, and I was like, "This is the time. This is the time." Then he said something so profound that the person who will receive Jesus Christ today, I don't want you to close your eyes. I want everybody to witness what God is going to do. And I remember making my step going to receive Jesus Christ. Everybody was like, no, this one is impossible. I remember
I think Josh is listening what you are saying. And you see on the camera, honestly, I feel like he was like, this one.
yeah, I remember one of my friends saying, Felix ukiokoka hata shetani ataokoka.
Yani ulikuwa umefika kiwango, there is no difference between you and Satan.
That's what they thought. But the person said, God has invested a lot in you. God has preserved you. And true to it, God preserved me. I saw my friends dying. I was there. But God preserved me. And there was a very big shift because the day I received Jesus Christ, I have been in the world. I know what the world can offer. I always say that I used to dine with the devil. So I know what he can provide in his dining table. So when I was coming to faith, I wanted to give my all. Now, within now the CU, the administration, I don't know why they decided to do that, but that really helped me. Within the first week that I received Jesus Christ, they created a post in the CU official and made me to be one of the CU official.
Yeah.
So because we used to have chairman, treasurer, secretary, and the Bible study leaders, I was none of them, but I was a CU official. So I didn't have a role, but I was a CU official. Yes, but that one was a game changer in the entire school because the moment I became a CU official, there are two of my friends who were transferred. I remember one of them is Alex Savai, who was in also had another scandal from where he was coming from. Benja, who was, or we call him Balozi, had another scandal from where they are coming from, and we are all new converts in faith, and we are CU official, and we started something. We started prayer and fasting during lunchtime. Now, because of being a CU official, all the people we used to influence negatively now would come to church. And that's how we saw now the real of the assignment of God.
When someone the battery guys, when they change, it can change many people.
Yes.
So now, like, let me ask you. Now you are here. People, they are like, maybe Felix is about police. You know, police is looking for him. Those who know you, maybe there was a think like this guy, maybe you know his case. He's up there, so police is looking for him, maybe is to change. And I know maybe Christian they was like, no, Felix can't be.
Yes.
it can be not be the person. How was you feel like when you meet people who don't really receive you, like someone who has changed, and yes, you have made the decision to change?
Yeah, I think that was one of the first challenge I had was that one. But I also thank God because the first verse that I received the moment I came to Christ was Isaiah 43 verse 2. That talks about when you go through the waters, when you go through the valley, when you walk about this place, I will be with you. And one of the things that I was assured of was the presence of God. It was so evident that I will feel his presence. I will feel his comfort. I will feel him walking with me. So when I received rejection, like I remember the first rejection we had with the first friends was because we were so radical, we were so bold enough until it became a movement in the same school that we were treated as people who do not deserve. So I remember this, the principal used to announce that we have the group of young people who've joined the cult and they're influencing the school. And the principal will say, we are doing our research, we are going to expose them. And every day we would hear that, we will go in our prayer closet and start praying that these people will be exposed so that this school will stand for the truth.
And you don't know.
We don't know. So,
you guys
yes, so on that particular day, I remember my friend was called first. Then I was like, wait, we only serve with this person, but he belongs to this cult. Then another friend of mine was called. I'm like, hey, I was shocked.
What have I joined?
Yes. Then the third person, I was the third person. Then I was like, wait, how? Because they used to say that they have tattoos and everything. And I remember after they called the six of us in front of the assembly, the entire school is looking at us very early in the morning. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to express it, but they said that they have tattoos. Now that's
Hip hop.
yes, gospel hip hop. And this group, we would influence people to live a life, to live for their talent, and that the CU leader was so, the patron was so proud of us, and he encouraged us to stand for the truth. So rejection, that was the first time we ever experienced rejection. The CU never wanted us because they thought that we are here to lie. We are lying either because of the fear of police or the fear of exam. Because I think we were heading to Form 4.
Yeah.
We are in Form 4 actually. We thought like it's either because there is something.
They should be have
Yeah.
something.
So they thought it was not genuine.
So now, if I ask, now you are playing, now you are people they are not yet received you, but you have already decided this is the way we are going to go. The second question I can ask is, what was the hardest thing for you to release in the culture of back then? One thing you used to feel like ukora naweza yacha, but this one I still struggle to.
Let me say the first thing, the first hardest thing was that group. You know, once you are in a gang, it's like a commitment. It's a covenant. So the reason why you will see them and you will kill them and they will not expose anyone is because it's like they sign a treaty that I will never expose you. So I'd rather die knowing that truth, but I will never expose you.
So you guys, you sit somewhere, you sign that agreement.
I don't know how it happens. Yes. Because I didn't engage with the covenant like other organizations used to do, whereby we would kill. But there is this deep within. I will never denounce. I will never speak ill about any gang member. I will always protect them at any cost. Now the first challenge.
You guys, like, let me ask you. Someone have a gun. Is he asking you, Felix? What I need? Just imagine a police like that one used to be called stupid. What I need is information. I leave you alone. Or I'm shooting you if you are not going to expose. You guys, you are not going to speak that.
You know, at that time you are blinded. I was convicted, but either way I will die. By the end of the day, I will die. Now that's the mindset they used to have. So if it is death, it has come early. But either way, that's the direction you are going. But seeing a friend being tortured or anything, you are like, I'm a man, let it be me, rather than being a friend. So I think that really, that's the reason why we're in that particular situation.
That is sounding crazy. I don't think your pastor can die for you.
Now you see.
I don't think like me as a Christian, I'm ready to die. I can support. But when you come about that, I'm not sure if I'm ready.
Now you see, because for us, we know the reality. Your eyes have opened, you know Christ has paid the price for you.
Yes.
For in the secular world where they don't have God, they don't have the reality that their price has been paid for. So everybody is living by their own strength. So we are trying, we are not mindful of our legacy. We are not mindful of what happens of us. We don't know that we are stewards of the body, of the life that God has entrusted us with. So for now, you know that your life is not your own, because Galatians 2:20 puts it so clear that you've been crucified with Jesus Christ and you no longer live. That the life you are living in this flesh, you live by faith through the Son who has died for you. That's the reality you know. For them in the secular world, they don't know that reality. So dying, helping people is a hero. Let me pick an example. Like, I know Ramadan is happening right now, and as a Muslim, not all of them, but the one who has been radicalized, they know that if I die for this, I'm dying for a greater cause. It's the same mindset. Eyes have been blinded.
It's like a terrorist.
Yes.
In the same area.
It influences. It's a spirit behind.
You know, it is so difficult to believe that the people who are sinner, they don't fear death as a Christian fear death.
You know, If you are in sin, number one, you don't see the joy of life.
Okay.
And because you don't have the value of life, you don't treasure life. It's like if I give a 2-year-old child, let me say a 1-year-old child, this microphone, that child will not see a purpose of this. This is another toy. So they will use this mic as a toy because it doesn't make any sense to them. But if I give you, Lucky, this microphone, you know, there's a tool.
Yes.
So you will treasure this tool because you know the impact that it has in your ministry. Now, see these two people using this mic, an analogy of life. So somebody who does not have life will not treasure it.
What was your purpose life in that time?
But
When you was there, what was your purpose? What you used to think like look like your future?
I didn't have a purpose. In the secular world, you don't have a purpose. You're blinded.
You are living to
You're
die.
just living for one day. You just know anything can happen. That's why the picture is painted that they're not afraid of death because they don't even value the life they have at the moment.
Okay, now you have been serving church full time.
Mm.
Have been influenced people wherever in the country and outside of the country, preaching them about the gospel. How do you compare that life and serving God full time?
It's to be honest with you, that life that I lived is the fuel that has been fueling the ministry that I do today. I saw most of my friends going to prison, and some died. And I said that I will never allow any young person I know to go that direction. So the best way to do is to do a preventive ministry. So how do you do the preventive ministry? Number one, because go to school. When these people are battling their identity, they are battling to discover the clarity of their purpose. Be that voice that will bring that clarity in the school. And if by any chance life happened and they find themselves behind bar, be that voice of hope that will minister to them behind bars. I remember last year alone, we were able to go to 12 prisons,
Yes.
exposing the gospel to more than 8,777 inmates. This is a good number. Most of them are there because they didn't have that clue. And I remember some of them coming and confessing, if I knew this earlier, I will not be where I am today. So that pain, the anger, the frustration merged with the anger of what I wanted to see, and that's birthed the passion. So passion has been birthed by the pain and the anger that I want to see, and has birthed something that can never be silenced, and that is the passion. So I do the ministry to the school to prevent them, to bring the clarity to the people behind bars, to the vulnerable, because I was in the slum and I didn't have the privilege. And I remember going to ask for food in the place, one of the gates, it's called Mamai Konja, and somebody will pick the food from the dustbin and give us. But because we wanted something to eat, it was something that I really treasured, just to get the food. And that is why I'm doing something. I think we've interacted mostly with the refugees,
Even the street people,
even the street.
because my ministry is about the street families.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Now being there, going hungry, having a place, they don't have anything warm. And now one of my prayers that God help me to be a voice of hope, minister to them. So that has made me never to be silenced by anything.
So now, as I believe that this is the last question, you know, when someone is hearing you, it's like from killing or being where people are dying, now you are building life for people. And now you are here speaking about now from hopeless life, now giving hope. What real life mean for you?
Real life, I think you will never define life without God. To me, God is the source of life. God is life. Now, God gave us this life. Hebrew 1 says that in many ways and in various ways, God spoke to us in various ways and in various forms through prophets. But now He has spoken to us
Through Jesus Christ.
through His Son Jesus Christ, who is the radiance of His glory. So anytime you see Jesus Christ, you see life. Is it First John chapter 5 verse 11, it says, and this is the testimony that God gave
His son.
that God gave us
Give us
eternal
eternal
life,
life,
and this life in his son. He who has life, he who has son, has life. He who does not have does not have life.
I like it. First John chapter 5,
Verse 11 to 12.
yes.
Now that's the summary of life. See Jesus Christ, see life.
So now, if you are in a position to meet 100,000 people of younger people, and this is the last question for you guys who are listening us, who are in a gang, what will be your last message?
In gang, I will tell them, by the way, that the best thing to do is find your identity, find your purpose, and live a life that God intended for you. And the best way to find it is to connect. Is like if I want to charge my phone, I must connect it to the right socket with the right charger cable. Failure to that, I'll not have my phone charged. The same way, life, we have a source of life. Connect to the source of life, and with that source of life, you will find your purpose, you will find your identity, and you will live a life that God intended for you. Everything has a source. This grass, if I take it out of the soil, it will die. If I take fish out of the water, it will die. If I take myself to live in water, I will die. If I take this grass in sea, it will die. So the reason why we live in gang and other things is because we are connected to the wrong sources, and that's why we don't have the clarity of life. So connect to the right source, and the right source, I'll tell you the truth, after experiencing both life, is finding God through the help of Jesus Christ.
Honestly, this is the biggest inspiration I have ever had in my life. If there is an inspiration I have ever had, which can change life, which can build hope for someone for tomorrow, is this one. Thank you for sharing your testimony.
You're welcome.
And I believe that maybe someone will feel like, I need to talk to Felix, because that is the kind of life I'm living. Maybe that is where I am. I want to commit suicide. Would you like maybe to share your number so that maybe someone can be able to reach out to you?
Yes, I can share. I wish I had a time. I will share. Write one of the poem I wrote, because I do poems right now. But the best way is find me. My number is 07 05 911 277.
Can you repeat it again?
07 05 911 277. And I think I can also share the social media handle with you, so that you can find me on any of the social media handle. But there is no need of playing. There is more to life. No need of committing suicide. No need of living a life lesser than what God intended.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I believe you are changed, and I believe this is gonna inspire you and take you for next level. If you want to meet him, also you can comment, and you'll be able to connect you to him. God bless you big time. See you. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much.
What will be your last word, maybe?
I think I just said, seek Jesus Christ.
Amen.